Okay, today, third grade, our final day with contractions, we're going to go over our sound-alike words because remember, there are still adults that can't figure out there, and there, or it's and its. So, 3 theirs, 2 its. Let's look at these 3 sentences. Which there goes in which sentence? So I'd like you to get out something to write with, and I want you to label your paper 1, 2, 3. So it can either be your whiteboard, it can be a piece of scrap paper, something, and I want you to label it 1, 2, 3. Pause the video right now if you need to pause to get prepared. I'm going to read you sentence 1, I'm going to read you sentence 2, and I'm going to read you sentence 3. There, and there is going to fit in one of those sentences, but I want to see if you spell them correctly and pick the right one. So not only spell them correctly, but make sure you're choosing the right sound-alike words. I'll read all 3 sentences first, pause the video, make your choices. Sentence number 1. I went over to their house. Which there is it? I went over to their house. Sentence number 2. There are my missing shoes. I probably should have put an exclamation point there. There are my missing shoes. Which there? In sentence 3, they're coming over later today. They're coming over later today. There. There, there. Which there goes with which sentence? Pause the video. Make your choices. Okay. Let's see how you did. I went over to their house. Whose house? Their house. Someone's owning the house. I remember what Mrs. D said. The one with the I is like the person. That shows ownership. So you should have written T-H-E-I-R. Remember? That shows ownership. I went over to their house. Did you get it right? Let's look at number 2. There are my missing shoes. Would it make sense to say they are my missing shoes? That doesn't make sense. Now you might say, well, doesn't that show possession because it's my shoes that are missing? Guess what? My is the one showing possession of the missing shoes. So it's not, if you want to show possession, it has to be right next to the word, their house. My shows possession. So it's not this one. It's not the contraction. Could you also substitute here? Remember what I told you? Here and there. Here are my missing shoes. There are my missing shoes. Yes, if you can substitute here for there, it should be T-H-E-R-E. Did you get that right? And then let's do the last one. They're coming over later today. Well, that owns something, so it's not owning. It can't be that. I wouldn't say here coming over later today. That doesn't make sense. Here coming over later today? Wouldn't be that. They are coming over later today? That makes a lot of sense. It must be the contraction. They're coming over later today because I could say they are coming over later today. So it's the contraction. Did you get them right? Now we're going to try its and its. Take a minute. Pause the video if you need to. Sentence number 1. It's colder today than yesterday. It's colder today than yesterday. Its baby needed milk and warmth. Its baby needed milk and warmth. It's and its. Which it's goes with which sentence? Ooh, which it's goes with which sentence? That reminds me of our sound-alike word, which, your diagram. Okay, pause the video, make your choices. Welcome back. How'd you do? It's colder today than yesterday. Could I use this? Remember, this is the contraction. It is. It is colder today than yesterday. That sounds right. Remember, this it shows possession. It shows ownership. I don't know if there's two S's in there. I'm going to put an SP spelling. It shows ownership. Nothing's being owned here. I'm just saying it is colder today than yesterday. So you should have said the contraction, it is. It's. And then this one, its baby needed milk and warmth. Remember, this one shows ownership. Its baby. Maybe it was a joey, a baby kangaroo. With one of our reading groups, we read about a joey, and in that reading it said the joeys need milk and warmth. Its baby, the kangaroo's baby, its baby needed milk and warmth. Did you get those its and its correct? It's tricky. Okay, 3rd grade. That's it for contractions. Look for them when you read, when you speak, think about them, and when you write.